Based on scientific evidence and research from WHO or the World Health Organization, key facts: worldwide obesity doubled since 1980. 1.9 billion adults are overweight, 600 million are obese. 39% adults 18 and up are overweight, 13% obese. Sheesh, that's over 50%, ain't it? If I'm not mistaken. Whew. 1.3 million adolescents died in 2015 from preventable or treatable causes. 41 million under 5 are overweight. And know this, guys, obesity is considered preventable. All of that coming from the World Health Organization. Scary stuff, isn't it? Now, you can do two things. You can sit there in fear and worry and doubt and die. Or, plain and simple, you can do something about it. The beautiful thing about all of this is that all these situations are what we consider preventable, guys. Preventable. Meaning that we can beat this if we focus, if we discipline ourselves, if we put forth the initiative to do so. We can beat this. So the grass is greener on the other side. Do not give up. Do not stop. Be an adult and exercise patience with yourself. Today's podcast is brought to you by Audible.com. Get a free download and 30-day trial at www.audibletrial.com/DavidFitness. With over 180,000 titles to choose from for your iPod, Kindle, or MP3 player. Welcome to Toxic Fitness. Today's program is pretty much me breaking down who I am, my history or historic outline, how I got in the game, what I loved about the game, why I'm still in the game, why I'll never leave the game. Also, on top of that, what am I bringing to the table in health, wellness, and nutrition? Well, guys, this journey all started for me at the age of 5, playing Pop Warner or Pee Wee League football. Now, playing sports, of course, you naturally want to be able to compete and be the best. So, what that means is you have to work on your conditioning. You have to get stronger, you got to get bigger, you got to get faster, etc. So, I, at the age of 6, began dabbling in weights. Now, the thing is, I had no supervision, no one teach me. It was just some free weights on the side of the house, possibly my grandfather's or uncle, one of them, and concrete weights, and yeah. And so I had at least about 5 or 6 dogs always around me. So I was just working out with the dogs. And one day, Grandma finally came out and saw what I was doing, and immediately took me off of the weights because I'm sure I was doing everything wrong. So what she did do for me, and I'll never forget, is that she took me to the bookstore at the Byron Shopping Center, at the Peach Shopping Center. And the first book on fitness, technically, or strength conditioning that I got was Lou Holt's strength and conditioning program for the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame. Now, if you are into football, you know how old that is. Yeah, that's real old. That was probably one of his first coaching jobs. Yet the book was filled with scientific principles that are still used to this day. The different variations, the techniques, and the form. The one thing I do remember is just trying to figure out what did DB mean. I would see DB press, I'd see DB curl, I'd see DB, and I was thinking it stands for defensive back. You know, the defensive backs do the curls and the defensive backs do the press, but it stands for dumbbell, idiot. So that was my first book about this game, man. And I took it and ran with it, guys. And from there, Charles Glass, Jack LaLanne. Jack LaLanne was actually my favorite health and wellness, nutrition. I would call him a guru, definitely. I don't give that title to too many people, but he was way ahead of his time. He's actually ahead of the folks' time now with the stuff that he was on. So that was my inspiration. Of course, Conan the Barbarian make you want to, have that nice sculpted body. So Arnold had a little influence in there too. But when it came to nutrition and wellness, it was all Jack LaLanne. Now, the thing about this is, I took it and ran with it. So, throughout middle school, high school, to give you guys some background on supplement knowledge, we were taking creatine back in 1995, y'all, when that shit first hit the market. So I tell people off top, my experience with supplements began in my teens. And I learned early in my teens that something wasn't right about, some of these supplements because, again, I was very in tune with my body. I had a connection and a relationship with my body. So if something was not chemically doing what it's supposed to do, I would know. And so by the time I got to college, I had a couple of schools looking at me. I got hurt. High school, had a freak accident with my elbow, dislocated elbow. I thought I wasn't going to be able to go to college and play football. Here I was throwing letters away from my mom and all this stuff, stupid stuff. And probably close to the last couple of weeks, Coach Ron Roberts reached out to me and got me. And so that led my career to Tusculum College, where I played collegiate football. I was All-American, All-Conference. Pretty much, won what you could get other than Harlan Hill and Mr. Tennessee and all that other stuff. But accolades, whatever my coach would set for me, I would achieve it. Because honestly, I just love playing the sport. I didn't really know what goals to set. I just told him to pick them and I'd break them. So that's what I did. And that actually got me some attention from the NFL. And that's when I had another major injury in my 2002, my senior year, being an NFL prospect. And actually at a game where I had 7 scouts watching me, I got hurt. And that was also the worst game ever because me and my coach argued for the first time ever. It was just a bad day. Me and G. Rush, what's up, Greg? Gregory Rush. We had to do up-downs that morning in front of the team on the concrete because we were late. It was just a bad day. But nonetheless, I got hurt. Was able to come back, but when I came back into the game, guys, I just didn't look at the sport the same. It never was a job for me. It was always fun. And, after I got hurt, I realized the band keeps going, man. You can bring as much to the table as you want, man. But at the end of the day, the band keeps going. And, that's pretty much the dark side to the sport. So I learned early. And still, after I played arena football, I played a little bit in Tennessee. Then went down to Miami, had an opportunity to do some things in Miami. And that's where that's when everything changed, Miami. Welcome, my Trojans, troopers, pioneers, demigoddesses, and demigods to the David Fitness Podcast Experience, brought to you by my sponsors at audible.com. And as a gift to my listeners from me to you, is a 30-day free trial and audiobook of your choice to download for free. Check it out at www.audibletrial.com/DavidFitness. Again, that's www.audibletrial.com/David's Fitness. Was ended up in Katrina, being caught up in that, and right before she hit, I was having these weird dreams of my mom and her not being well, and I would ask, and she would tell me she was okay. So after Katrina hit, I had one dream. Well, actually, during Katrina, I had one dream, and I woke up crying, and it was about my mom. And so I called my stepdad, and my stepdad said she wasn't doing well. And come to find out, she had two fibroid tumors in her stomach. And so, me being the only child and her being my only mother, that's my road dog, I had to go. And, I don't think, with Katrina and everything going around, that it made it a difficult decision. No, it made it real easy. I had to go. These was too many signs for me. So when I moved from Miami, Florida to Ohio in the middle of November, what in the heck was I thinking, guys? First, I got my first real job at Enterprise Rent-A-Car. I always thank them for that. Will work you to death. You learn a lot, but 6 a.m. in the morning to 6 p.m. at night, baby. Putting in work. I used to go to work in the snow in the dark and go home in the snow in the dark. And it drove me nuts. And you got to understand that stress, guys, we're all going through it now. With that stress and lack of exercise, because I completely went cold turkey on the exercise, I gained 45 pounds. 45 pounds in a year and a half. And the funny thing about it, my mom is the one who called me out. My mom, I was going down the stairs in front of her, and she said, "Your butt jiggling. Boy, I ain't never seen your butt jiggle. And you my son." That's when it hit me. I thought I was straight, guys. I thought I looked good. I thought I was, I had a nice looking woman. I thought I was okay. I was just okay for that city, but I wasn't okay for who I am. And my mom, I call it mother's motivation. She called me out. And so at that point, I was like, all right, you better, and I got big. So it's time for me to make some changes. Had an opportunity to come out to L.A. and try with the L.A. Avengers. Thank God that I didn't do that, because 45 pounds extra on my frame, I would have hurt myself. For sure. And, the way the universe works, the whole league folded that year. I came out here 7-7-0-7. Can't get no better than that with numbers. And the whole league folded, guys. So I was, without a job and overweight. And also been out of the game for like 2 years. So I was like, you know what? I ended up moving. I was right across the street from a 24-hour fitness. And I ended up going there, working out like a beast for like 2 weeks, on a pass. And then, the homie to this day, Raymond Stone, what's up, boy? He ended up getting me on at the training staff there. And I met some great guys, James Hunt, Kenyatta, Big Dunn, CJ, the homie Jermaine, Mon, Wolfgang. It goes on and on, man. I met a lot of great guys there. Big Daryl, what up, Big D? So, but at the same time too, it took me 9 months, actually close to almost 11 months, for me to lose that 45 pounds. Now, the reason why is because, guys, this is where I can help you at. This is where I understand what I bring to the table, guys. Throughout that 9 months, the first 6 were the worst. Okay? I was getting injuries again, and I only really had 2 injuries in my whole career in football. So I'm not an injury-prone person. I was getting strained hamstrings, strained Achilles tendons. I remember that when me and Felix Perez, what's up, Felix, when he had some extra tickets. I ended up going out to the Rock the Bells concert to see Wu-Tang. I was walking like a penguin because my Achilles tendons were so tight. Doing dumb shit. going ham when I shouldn't have been. That's the reason why I say the gym can be dangerous for you if you're just starting back, guys. It's not as motivating and helpful as you think it is. It will cause you to run yourself in the ground. You understand? So this is when I finally sat my butt down one night, guys, and I sat and I thought about it. What is the key to this? And you know what hit me? Cellular health. Cellular health is the key to all of this. Why? Because we're nothing but a whole bunch of cells wrapped up together, creating systems to create a functional human body. So that's when it dawned on me, guys, we're going to start with the inner and work our way outer. We're going to start with the seed before we start working on the tree. And honestly, what this takes is it takes an adult to do this. And the reason why I say that is because adults truly put that emotion to the side and began to use logic. When we first start this journey, we go in, we are emotionally wrecked because one, that's what the media wants us to do, because this is a $1 billion industry. Okay. Two, the more you stress, the more you worry, you're also again producing a catabolic hormone, cortisol, which damages the cellular structure, and the cells aren't able to turn over every 28 days as they're supposed to. Hence, that's where aging comes from, when your cells take longer and longer to turn over. Okay? So a lot of things begin to happen when we're trying to get into this and when we're trying to accomplish things. So the problem is we're doing D, E, C, B, F, A. We're all out of order, guys. And I bring to the table simplicity with that logic and patience rather than hastiness, because I want you to begin looking at your body like your significant other, because it's going to be with you longer than your significant other. And what I mean by that is every time you go to the gym or every time you strength train or resistance train, remember, you're beating up yourself. So when do you love yourself? When do you take that time? Okay? These things are very important for the change that you're looking for based on the work you're putting in. Understanding cellular health, with that comes understanding alkalinity and acidity. What does it mean? Okay. Are you strength training first, or are you working on your nutrition first? Because if you're strength training first, then what about your nutrition? Okay. Nutrition first. Fuel intake. Your nutrition is either going to give you energy or it's going to rob you of your energy. And what I mean by that is it's going to be alkalinic or it's going to be acidic. Okay? Next, after that, is understanding at the end of the day, why do you need to know all your macronutrients and what's their purpose and how they're helpful to your body? The one thing I hear a lot of people talking about that drive me nuts are carbohydrates. Guys, the world is full of natural carbohydrates. That's what fruits are and some vegetables. Well, most vegetables. It's carbs, guys. Carbs. If you're saying I'm on a no carb diet and you're eating salad, you're lying. You don't understand what a carb is. And when I hear people say this, I am upset with, not you, but I'm upset with your trainer or whomever is guiding you, because they have not properly educated you on what a carbohydrate is. And that is what's going to happen on this show. You're going to get the education. You're going to understand the application. Okay? That's what this is all about. This show is about what they don't talk to you about, guys. And the reason why they don't talk to you about a lot of this stuff is because the more success you have, possibly the less money they will make. First, please share the podcast with your family, friends, close ones. And also email me if you have any questions or comments, or if you have anything you would like for me to cover. Davids, DAVIDS, fitness, FITNESS 2016 at gmail.com. Again, that's David's Fitness, DAVIDS FITNESS 2016 at gmail.com. Thank you for tuning in to the show. You guys know my motto, you know my mantra, you know my philosophy. Hey, stay strong. I need you to stay safe. And please, always, always stay focused. Talk to you guys soon. Have a great day.